Right now is January 15th, literally just halfway through the first month of 2026, and I'm feeling like I'm literally losing it. I am losing my cool, feeling lost in so many ways, feeling so disconnected from people. I'm the kind of person who does not want to give up on relationships, but recently I've had to end 2 of my female friendships because I just feel used. I feel like just their emotional trash can. I'm just listening to them talk. I want to show them compassion. I also expect that back. Like, how are we supposed to have a relationship if it's just one-sided? I do not want such people in my life. I know that the right people are out there, the people who are going to be compatible with me. It's just that they are rare to find, they're hard to find. But the people who are not them, I don't want to entertain you guys anymore. My time is precious, and so are you. Like, you are also precious. So don't put up with bullshit. If it does not feel right, why would you put up with that bullshit? So here's the second part of this video. I want to say, don't you dare give up on yourself. If you're watching my channel, I know somehow you feel connected to me. The fact that everything feels hard does not mean that you are weak. You know for a fact that this year is going to test us again and again. It's gonna test our strength for sure, but this is not the year that we're supposed to collapse. This is a year to use those tests to find ourselves even more. If that means standing up for yourself, for what your truth is, making that boundary very clear, this is the year that I take charge of my life. If you are feeling tired, it's okay to feel tired. You can rest for some time and then rise back again. Who said it is not okay to rest? And this is a message directly to me, to the future me. You don't need to see the whole path ahead of you. I know there's so much uncertainty and I know you feel so much fear. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to know what your next step is going to be. You only need to take the next honest step that feels right for you. And I know you are capable of that. You are allowed to slow down, but you are not allowed to abandon yourself. I also know that you will not, because something deep in you that is deeper than the fear that you feel right now, it knows how to keep going, and it has that clarity. Just last night around 2-3 a.m. when I was not able to fall asleep, I did this meditation called future self meditation. And when I went in the future, the message that my future self had for me was, you already know what you want. She said to me, you already know what you want, so focus on that. So when I came back, I had that message, but you know, like in my current life, there's some stuff going on that I thought was acting like distractions from focusing on what I want. Those distractions, when I focused on them and I asked myself, when was the first time I felt this feeling, or when was the previous time? When was the last time I felt this? These distractions, I know they're distracting me, but they wouldn't be taking up so much mental space if they didn't have anything of value to show to me. So I asked it, like, when was the first time this happened? It took me back to the first time I started doing this pattern. If you are curious about the details, I'll share that with you. I was feeling a lot of resentment towards someone because they got upset with me for some reason, and in that moment I lied to them to calm them down. But after that conversation was over, I felt like a fucking loser. Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to hide my truth? Because if they can't accept my truth, it means they are not accommodating for my truth. They are not like they're not hearing me. When I am hearing them, they are not hearing me. So whenever I have found myself in some kind of a conflict, to not face that conflict anymore with that person, I lied to them or I did something nice for them so they would stop feeling upset with me. And when I asked myself when was the first time I felt like this, I was taken back to a memory where my drunk alcoholic father, I'm feeling so much anger just even talking about him. He was in a state of anger, and he was like causing destruction. He was gonna hit someone. He was gonna do something fucking radical that I know is going to destroy our lives. In that moment, I would say things to him, things that were completely false. We love you, please calm down, no one thinks negatively of you. I was a child who was parenting my parent. So once I became aware of this pattern, now I have the conscious choice to either continue to repeat that or choose to not repeat it when the next time I'm in a conflict with someone. This is the view from my office at night. It is a little bit late, but I'm still here. So I think I've kind of figured out why, not just me, but like psychologically, why everyone is doom scrolling and overthinking. And I figured out that both of them, doom scrolling and overthinking, is coming from the same root. And that root is we want to avoid discomfort. When I'm feeling some really difficult emotion, that is the moment where I just want to open my phone and open the app Instagram. I'm going through the post and it's kind of making me feel numb or like distracting me, so I'm not thinking about difficult emotion. That is me trying to distract myself from the discomfort that I'm feeling. In this case, the solution is not having more willpower. Learning to sit with the discomfort without panicking and putting our focus on the exact thing that is causing the discomfort. These days when I'm finding myself in that position of discomfort, which is surprisingly a lot, like I feel these moments of discomfort so much, like loneliness and dealing with so many things like just by myself. And when my mind is feeling like fucking overwhelmed, not just about work, too many things, okay, too many things. I don't even know where I should start if I want to explain it to you. That moment I start journaling. This is my Apple Pencil. I journal a lot. If I don't journal, I think on that days my mental health is much worse. So I just write my stream of consciousness. Like I'm not judging what I'm writing, I'm just letting it out. We have to just let out those emotions. Another really helpful thing is talking on the phone with someone that you trust. For me, that is my aunt, my bua, and my soul sister, Sahar. And if I feel the need to listen to a motivational message, either I will go back and watch my own video where I'm saying something motivational and something to uplift myself, or I will go find something on YouTube. There's so many channels these days. Sometimes it's even AI slop, but I focus on the message. When I need to feel my own self-esteem, I am saying affirmations to myself like my mind is focused and powerful. I used to be really against affirmations, but now that I've reached a level of like self-love and self-trust, I think I'm able to do the affirmations well and also feel the energy of the affirmations in my body, really actually making me feel better. Another really positive thing about journaling is once I've like written my stream of consciousness for like 3-4 pages, I'm able to write the tasks that I need to do, and once I've written that, I focus on it and I end up doing it. Like my probability of ending up doing a task that I've written down is much higher, and it's not that high if I just have it in my mind and it's like a to-do but I'm not really paying attention to it. So it's really critical, like in 2026 it's super highly critical to get clear on the task that you need to do and make it as simple as possible, like break it down, because this is what I've noticed, my brain will collapse if there's too many things to do. If I give myself too many goals, I just mentally I shut down, I collapse. So these days every morning I'm asking myself, if I do only one thing to not overwhelm myself, if I do only one thing today that will help my future self, what would it be? And when you ask that question, most likely the answer will also come. It will come to you naturally because you know what situation you are in. And once you receive that answer, please write it down and just do it. Put your energy into doing it. How to stop scrolling without relying on willpower. Realize that your time and energy is important. If you value your time really highly, you wouldn't want to waste it looking at your phone. You don't have willpower when you're tired. So like let's say after 8 hours of working and 2 hours of commute, if you come back home, your mind is like fried and you have no energy. Look at all these offices, look at all these people. They are working even at 9. This is like 9 p.m. right now and they're still working. That is fucking insane. To stop scrolling, you have to start valuing your time, your mental energy, and your mental health. Like, is it worth it to destroy your mental health just to
get that dopamine hit and then feel like shit when you stop?
Definitely not. I think the problem for me is that on Instagram, I'm connecting with a lot of my subscribers. So I do feel the urge, the need to go and check my messages. Once I'm in the app, I also end up scrolling a bit. But now, if those connections are important to me, I will ask them to talk to me on another app where there's no infinite scroll. For overthinking, what really helps is to really just let it out. The brain does not fixate on something unless it is important. The brain does not fixate on something unless it is trying to show you something. In that story that I told you, I was fixating on that fight with that friend who is actually not my friend. The incident that happened, it reminded me, it brought to my awareness the placation pattern, which is a really big issue. And now I also know why I fell into that pattern. It was like to calm my father down when he was going to do something destructive. Like, you know that most murders of women are committed by their husbands or their boyfriends. That was really my biggest fear. I got into that placation pattern to stop that from happening, and I completely acknowledge that in that scenario, that strategy worked, where I would lie to my father to calm him down so he would not hurt us physically. But right now, as an adult, I don't need to placate someone for them to like me. Yeah, sure, there are consequences for them not liking me, but I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person who lies to someone to make something go in my favor. Like, I don't want to lie to someone. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to placate someone. I don't want to lie to someone. I've also written like notes about mental posture to adopt. First one is discomfort means growth and not danger. Discomfort means growth, not danger. The mindset of I trust myself to course correct. I trust myself to course correct. Third one, I know I can do this. I don't need anyone's permission. I know I can do this.